All right, so here is our crema on top. It looks really nice. Love that, beautiful. Hey guys, it's Chad here. I'm gonna show you why the Breville Barista Espresso is probably one of the best machines for making espresso at home. It's everything you need all in one. The grinder, semi-automatic shot pulling. This machine can punch weight with $5,000 machines. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. All right, tools you're gonna need to make the perfect espresso. You're gonna need a scale, okay? I like this one because it goes to 0.00 gram, a dosing cup, another dosing cup. This is a funnel that's going to help you put the grounds into the portafilter. This is a leveler and a tamper all in one. This is some water, and you're gonna spray it onto the beans before you put it into your grinder. And this is a WDT tool. These are little micro fine needles on here that we're gonna use to whisk around the coffee grounds to make sure there's no clumps in there. So all these tools right here will be linked in the description below. If you need to buy them, these will be critical to making your espresso absolutely perfect. And one last thing, you're gonna need a bottomless portafilter. This one has no spout on it at all. That's gonna help you judge all your shots to make sure that what you're pulling is actually good and not bad. The spouted portafilters will actually cover up any mistakes you're making, so this is gonna be critical to your perfection of espresso. First thing we're gonna do is move our bottomless portafilter over to the group head, lock it in place, turn the machine on. We're gonna let this heat up for half an hour so that everything here is very hot to the touch on your back knuckle. I'll show you with my thermometer right now. You can see the group head here is 83 Fahrenheit and the portafilter is 73. So we're gonna wait for both of these to get to a higher temperature and we'll report back. You can see how the portafilter is around 96 degrees Fahrenheit and the group head right now is around 110, 112 and rising. So it's been around 20 minutes right now, so I'm gonna show you a good way to tell that your water is hot enough and that your machine is also warmed up as well. So we're gonna remove the portafilter, okay? And we're gonna hit the single dose. And right now you see some steam, very steamy water come out of here. Right there, you see all that steam right here? Let it run for 5 seconds. Turn it off. Now we are ready to rip a perfect shot. All right, first things first, we're gonna need some good espresso beans. I recommend getting from Blue Bottle. You can order these online. What's critical to the operation here is that you need a roasted on date, roasted on 12/31/2024. This video live is January, let's call it 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. So these were roasted around a week ago. You want fresh. If your bag does not have a roast date on it, we're not gonna use it at all. Don't get anything from the grocery store. We're not gonna do this pre-ground as well. So you want fresh beans, unopened. We're gonna want a scale that can go down to in grams. We're gonna weigh out 18 grams of coffee into our dosing cup. 18.02, good enough. All right, so I like 2 dosing cups, one to weigh my beans. We'll take some water, spritz it, give it a little shake. This is gonna create a humid environment into the grinder up top here. The second dosing cup, which is linked below, will fit nicely into this recessed area. This tang goes in first, just like that. All right, make sure you are on double filter. Grind them out all the way, and then push in your dosing cup. And once this changes pitch, that's when you know everything has been dosed out. Right there, we changed pitch. We know that all the coffee has processed through the grinder and into the dosing cup right here. Okay, so you may notice that the instruction manual will say to put the portafilter in here, bump that, and have all your grinds dose into the portafilter. If you do that, you're gonna have a huge mound right here, and it's gonna be very hard for this next step. Use a dosing cup, because now we can transfer these grinds. They all fall in here, there's no waste on the side. We're gonna transfer these grinds into the portafilter cup, just like this. Now the machine is warmed up, take your portafilter out of the group head. Make sure there's no moisture in here. If there is, take a rag, dry it out. All right, take your dosing cup and your portafilter. What I like to do is go next to a sink here. Portafilter on top, flip this over, and then I'll do 2 taps on the side of the counter over the edge. Pull this up, okay? You're gonna see here, we have kind of like this mound of coffee. It's about to fall over here. So now we take our little cone, put it on top like this, hold it with one hand. We're gonna grab our WDT tool. I like the ones that have these very fine, almost acupuncture-like needles. I'll link this in the description below. And we're gonna take this and we're going to just distribute the grinds into the portafilter, just like this. We're kind of fluffing them up. If there's any clumps in there, we're kind of gonna get rid of them. So imagine if we didn't have this ring around here, we'd pretty much dump all this coffee all over the edges. It would be an absolute disaster. So once it's kind of fluffed up like this, put it back in its little holster, 2 taps, pull this off, on to the next step. We wanna level out this bed right here, so we're gonna use the leveler side of this tool, which is also in the description below. We're gonna put on here, couple spins. You can see here now this coffee bed is nice and level and it's ready for us to be tamped down. I like this because it has a tool that can also tamp. So you're gonna see here how much I press down on this. So you can never overpress your coffee bed, you can only underpress. The goal here is to get rid of all of the air gaps between all these espresso molecules, we'll call it, or these espresso grinds. So we want no air gaps at all. So I'm gonna press pretty hard. Again, you can't overpress, you can only underpress. So I have a lot of body weight in here right now. Once that's done, pull this off. What we want to see is that when we go to tamp this, it's a level tamp. It's not too deep here, too shallow here. We want this fully even all the way around. And I'll show you how to adjust so that when you go to use this tamper, even when you press on all the way, you still have a gap right here. Now, if this tool bottoms out on this lip, that means that this protrusion is not long enough on your tamper. So this product is from Crema. Absolutely love this. Again, it's a leveler and a tamper all in one. What you're gonna do is turn this. This is a collar right here. You can pretty much turn this in or out so you can adjust the depth of this tamper here. We always want to make sure that you can, you have an air gap between this surface and the portafilter so that you're never under tamping your bed. This is a puck screen. What it does, it helps to distribute water along the your coffee puck right here. Additionally, so you're gonna put it on top just like this. It's linked in the description below. It also prevents coffee from going up into the group head and creates a lot less mess moving forward, and it'll save you a lot of cleaning and maintenance down the line. So this is the shower screen right here of your group head. This is where the water comes out. You can see right here, okay? Now imagine that coffee going up in here and a lot of it will dirty that group head over time. So that puck screen not only distributes the water evenly, but keeps your group head nice and clean. With our puck prepped and our screen on, go ahead and load a portafilter into the machine. So you may see people put their espresso cups on top of the machine to warm it up. Don't do that. It's kind of like an old trick back in the 60s to mimic, hey, it's a hot shot, it's ready to go, it's fresh. What you actually want to do is put your cups in the freezer so that when the hot espresso touches this material, you actually reduce the temperature of the espresso itself to more of a drinkable temperature, and you can have a lot more tasty notes and flavors when enjoying this espresso. Think of it as like cold lasagna versus hot lasagna. When it's piping out of the oven and steaming, you really can't taste the flavors of the lasagna versus like having it cold out of the fridge. Now, no one likes cold lasagna, but the point here is that you're gonna have a near room temp espresso, and every tasting note on that bag that you bought, you'll be able to taste that way more easier than if it was piping hot. So go ahead and grab a frozen espresso cup out of your freezer. Now you can use the scale that we had in the beginning of the video, but if you want to be fancy, there are nice scales out there that not only weigh your shot right there, but they will also time it as well. I will put a link in the video description of a nice scale that's budget friendly that will also time your shot and weigh it as well. Okay, at this point we're ready to pull our shot. What we're gonna do is hold down the double cup button right here until we get some nice couple of droplets forming on the bottom of this portafilter. Once all the drops form into the center of the portafilter, we will release the double cup button and let the shot pull completely. And we're aiming to get 36 grams of coffee out in 25 to 35 seconds. So the reason why we have a bottomless portafilter is, again, for this next step. Pour your shot correctly, we're gonna go hold down the double cup right here. Okay, we're gonna keep holding it until we see some coffee form in the bottom of this portafilter. Maybe we're dialed in. All right, done, it's there. Release, full beans. You can see how turbo fast this shot is. We are now gonna be shooting in, look at that. So we did 40 grams of coffee in 12 seconds. This is gonna be a great learning point for the next step. Okay, so our shot pulled 40 grams in 17 seconds. That's way too fast. So what we're gonna do is come over here and we're gonna adjust this, the grind size to finer. I might go like 5 over, just like that, and try this again. So if you ran 36 grams of coffee out in, let's say, 50 seconds, that's way too fine, and you're actually gonna go coarser. But if you ran 36 grams in like 10 seconds, you're gonna go finer. And you keep going until you reach 36 grams in 25 to 30 seconds. I'll show you what to do if you've maxed out these knobs and no matter where you are on this wheel here, you just can't get between that window. Once the shot's over, pull the portafilter out, drop this down. Again, we have a puck screen, so there's no coffee actually up on our group head. Easy cleanup. So I get my portafilter right here. I take the puck screen and pull it out. It's gonna be a little hot. What I'll do is get some running water. I'll rinse this off just like this. I'll pad that dry. You probably see a lot of like coffee shops like slam this portafilter to get this puck out. You don't really have to. It just releases just like that. So I'm gonna give you a little lesson real quick. So this is the puck, okay? It looks kind of like an Oreo. Now what I like about this is that it's not mushy, okay? If the puck was mushy, it lets me know that there wasn't enough coffee put into the portafilter. So if you have a mushy puck like this, it means you should probably add more beans, more mass. So if we had 17.5 grams of beans into the grinder, put an 18. If you had 18, put an 18.5. For this portafilter right here from Crema, I really like 18 grams in, but for those of you out there who may have a 58 millimeter portafilter, that's for other machines, you may find that you'll have to add some more coffee or reduce some. And this is your portafilter as it comes. It's pretty clean. What we'll do is just rinse it with some water. We don't want any old coffee in there, and then we'll towel it dry. A little hot water rinse. Give it a quick little finger, take a towel, dry it off. Go ahead and take your portafilter and put it back in the machine to warm it up. Dosing cup on, 18 grams of beans, 1 spritz, into the hopper. Grab the dosing cup, push it in. All the grinds are out. Portafilter off the machine. Portafilter, double tap our dosing, kind of like funnel. We're gonna go flop this up just like this. Double tap, take the leveler, put it on, couple of spins, flip it over, right here. Big press, puck screen on, portafilter in the machine. Another espresso cup on the scale, turn the scale on. Okay, once again, you can see the double cup button right here, the bottom of the portafilter. We're gonna hold this down until our first drops of coffee come out of the portafilter. All right, much better, a lot slower. I love that. Couple of drops, forms the funnel, full release. Now I want full pressure. All right, so we just did 37 grams in 42 seconds. This shot ran too slow. So what I'm gonna do, wait, it was a little too slow. So I'm gonna go just 1 courser, okay? Maybe 2, but I'm gonna do 1 at a time right now. Now that I've overshot it, I just wanna go 1 courser. I'm gonna run that shot once again. So far that last shot is gonna be a lot better. You can see this crema on top right here. So I bet you this shot tastes a lot better than the first. So from that last shot, I'm gonna go inspect my puck. Okay, once again, it comes out pretty nice, looks good. It's kind of, again, like an Oreo. It's all pretty much in one piece. It's not mushy, I like that a lot. It lets me know that there's enough coffee in the portafilter right here. Okay, so what happens if you pretty much use your grind knob here to full coarse or full fine and you're still not getting within that 36 grams in 25 to 30 seconds? I'm gonna show you what to do. First, what we're gonna do is pop this lid off, turn this knob, pull this up, come over here, turn the machine off and unplug it. So these are your conical burrs right here. You're gonna see something that says lock and align. Before we remove this and adjust this, we wanna actually vacuum all this out, all this old coffee grind, else we'll pretty much never get this thing back in. So to remove this conical burr right here, what we're gonna do is go from lock, counterclockwise, we're gonna pull straight up. And while you're at it, go ahead and vacuum all this out as well. So you're gonna see on this this grinder right here where it says fine and coarse, okay? What you can do, so I'm on number 6 right now, so you can pop this metal ring off right here. It comes off like that. And now what we can do, see that red dot? We can adjust it left or right, more fine or more coarse. So if things were not coarse enough, or fine enough before, you can go drop down to 5 or 4 and then reinstall this ring back on, just like that. And now you can go back to the machine and iterate the process once again. Once you do this once, you'll never do this ever again. Go ahead and put the burr back in the machine and turn it until you hear that click on the lock. Go ahead and put the hopper back into the machine and turn to lock. All right, so we've got a fresh new grind. We went 1 on the coarse knob. Now we're gonna go pull another shot. Gonna hold on the double cup until we get our first couple of drips coming out of here. Okay, couple of drops, full release. What you kind of want to see is kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. It's like 9 seconds, 9 grams. By the end of the shot, this will speed up. This is looking pretty good so far. It's a little slow, and I'll stop it right there. All right, so we pretty much did like 35 grams in like 37 seconds. That's pretty good. I'm definitely happy with that. If you want to go 1 more, I could go 1 more course. And what's nice is that at this point, since I'm going to go 1 more course, I have all this headroom, you know, from number 4 to pretty much, I think it goes to like 20 or something like that, to pretty much speed up my shot if I need to. I don't want to slow it down anymore, so this is a really nice size on the burr grinder and size. That's at a good spot, so I have nearly as much adjustability as I need. This is going to be a delicious shot, and I'll show you the camera right now. All right, so here is our Rema on top. It looks really nice. Love that. Beautiful. This shot will taste just like the tasting notes on the bag. All right, guys, it's how you master your Breville Barista Express. I absolutely love this machine. I recommend it to all my friends. You follow those steps, I guarantee you will be making some of the best espresso you've ever had in your life. Please make sure you're using fresh beans. A good way to do that is to go to type in Google coffee roaster near me. Go to the coffee roaster, say hi. My name is blah blah. I want some espresso beans. What do you recommend for espresso? They'll give you a recommendation. They'll have a roast date on the bag. It'll always be fresh and local, etc. If you have no roasters near you, you can go online. Blue Bottle makes some good stuff. You can go with them. There is one more thing I want to recommend to you to make sure you have good espresso every single time. So espresso is two things: water and coffee. So the coffee is going to be good, but how about your water? So this is my zero water filtration system. This is amazing because it actually filters water way better than a Brita. I think they're like a scam. There's some lawsuit about them. Zero water actually creates 0 parts per million. There's a little tester that's included with the kit. So you're guaranteed to have pretty much pure, perfect water every single shot. There is one company out there that La Marzocco recommends. La Marzocco is pretty much like the Ferrari of espresso machines. They can have like $40,000 machines. They only recommend Crystal Geyser. But rather than you running to the grocery store, getting a gallon of water, bringing it back, it becomes way too repetitive and like bulky. I recommend getting a zero water filter. You pretty much add a gallon of water up here. It filters all of it out. I put water into a carafe. I put it into the back of the machine. That way I know every single shot that I'm pulling doesn't have any chlorine in it, minerals that I don't want, bad tasting water. Everything's just fresh, pure, simple water every single shot. Okay, if you want one of these, I swear by these things. I drink just water out of them, and also for my espresso machine as well. It'll help with descaling, any like water issues you'll have with the machine and kind of maintenance, etc. So water, critical. If you want to buy one of these yourself, I'll also have a link below under the video. That will conclude our video for today. Everything used in this video will be linked in the description below. That is how you master your Breville Barista Express. Again, it's one of my favorite machines on the market today. Still, you have a grinder, portafilter, group head, everything you need to get started of making the perfect espresso. And from here, we can start working on milk drinks, which I'll be going over in future videos. Please consider subscribing, and if you have any questions at all, put a comment below. See you guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. If you want a nice black 100% cotton t-shirt in either black or white, you can head over to my clothing store, link below. It's through a company called Fourth Wall. To be honest, I'm only selling things I want to wear myself, which include just plain black and white t-shirts, which you can see right here. If you want to be a really OG gangsta supporter, you can get some DasCayman swagoo. Alternatively, if you want to support the channel with my Patreon, we love that as well. Entry tier gets your name advertised and a press support shout out in each video. And other tiers even go up to private one-on-one phone calls giving advice to either cars, life, or advancing your career. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.